Coming up on this edition of Outlook TV, drag kings and queens of Okanagan Pride.
25th anniversary of Cruisey T.
Okanagan Pride March and Festival, and much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm John Paul Payne. Outlook TV is the queer magazine show that brings you all the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
And we're going to start out here in Vancouver where it's the Pride celebration.
Yeehaw!
But it's not just Pride here in Vancouver, it's also Pride in the Okanagan. Let's go check out their kings and queens.
Ooh.
Now, please welcome your host for the evening, Miss Hannah DeJarre.
The drag kings and queens are ready to compete for the titles of Drag Queen and King of Okanagan Pride 2016.
So tonight is our annual Drag and Queen competition, and it's the biggest we've had. We have added probably about 100 more tickets for sale. We're really excited. We have some fantastic performers who have been working so hard, and tonight is going to be so exciting. I can't even express.
Well, we're judges for the Okanagan Pride Drag Competition 2016.
We're very, very excited to be judges this year. It's going to be a super fun event.
We have 7 different queens performing this evening. Really excited to get them on stage. A lot of different varying levels of talent, which is wonderful. I love to see that. This year I'm going classic. I'm going right after the RuPaul drag queens who just did a performance for Harvey Fierstein. They did I Am What I Am, and I'm singing it live tonight, and I'm excited. So.
Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am.
Now, I believe the last time we talked, you said you made your own costumes. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I made this one too. Yeah. It's a lacrosse hockey pad that I got secondhand at our local sports shop, and ordered a crap ton of spikes online and broke out the power drill and just went at it.
So it's like 8 years ago, I guess, and we just needed a new fun event, and I just happened to have all the right contacts in Vancouver. I got some good queens to come up, and then we promoted local queens, and they competed. It was amazing, and it's turned into this. It's amazing.
Last year is where I got my start, actually. That was my first performance, and then I went on with my best friend, who's one of the judges this year, and we do our own shows here in Kelowna.
Oh, fantastic. Where do you do your shows?
We had our first couple shows at a lounge in Kelowna, and then it closed down, so we upgraded to a big club in Kelowna, and we just had our last one in July. I'm actually here to perform. It's my first time. I'm really excited, and I'm here to win. So that's what I'm here to do tonight.
Wow. Can you give us a little hint of what you're going to be doing?
Honestly, honey, I'm going to be doing some surprise, and I can't give it all away, but it is going to be wild, and I'm going to blow these bitches out of the water.
The winners for Okanagan Pride Drag King 2016 is Ride Her Good, and the Okanagan Pride Drag Queen is Jen Tells. This is Angus Prott in Kelowna, BC for Outlook TV.
I'm dragged on wherever popped out of my vagina.
So what does one wear to a Cruisey T?
Ooh, I think this is too much. I think we need something smaller, definitely. Let me have a look.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Idris Hudson, and I'm here in beautiful Cole Harbour in Vancouver, BC, on the very last day of a huge Pride weekend. We're here for the 25th anniversary Cruisey T. Everyone's boarding, the sun is shining on our face, and we're going to hop on board and see who we can find to share their Pride weekend with us.
Well, in 1991, we had an event at the O'Reilly Cafe, which I managed. And after the first year of a very successful year, wanted to give the people something different and a way to say thank you to everybody. So I brought the Britannia around. We parked it on the dock, which was like toothpicks for this vessel, and had a special platform boarded, and away we went, and that was the first year. After that point, I brought on James Stack as co-founder of Cruisey T, and we started the cruises on a monthly basis, like every month, going winter and summer. And it raises money for community. We've done fundraising for HIM, we've done funds for AIDS Vancouver, for Loving Spoonful. Probably in my tenure, we would have hit the 500,000 mark.
25 years, I should say.
It's just remembering a lot of the past. Cruisey T has come such a long way from finally gays being able to party on the water to now being accepted out here. We have done fireworks cruises. We have taken the cruise to Seattle. So the history of Cruisey T is just so much. And to be able to be here 25 years later, still as Vancouver's original Pride cruises, is absolutely amazing. And still going strong.
The recovery cruise on the Monday is always so much fun, and I've been very lucky for the last 2 years to be able to work with Jaylene and my mother, so I always like the time that we get to hang out as mother and daughter.
It's a time to where people who have been working so hard to make sure that everybody's Pride is safe, it's fun, they have their cocktails, they can come here and really just be together with the community.
A big thank you for James Steck for doing these parties. It's nice to have something that's a little bit different than a bar or an outside, you know, like being trapped inside a confined area. But you're outside, so if you wanted to get away, you can, and I don't know, it's just it's a happy environment.
Personal message of thank you and congratulations to Randy. What would you like to say to him?
Thank you for bringing me out of the closet. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for you.
Congratulations, you guys. 25 years and going strong. Way to give back to the community. We love you.
It's time for us to take just a little break now.
I gotta go powder my nose. Be right back.
Trip planning for Outlook TV's Kelowna visit was provided by gayvan.com Travel Marketing. Accommodation and hospitality for the Outlook TV crew were provided by the newly renovated Prestige Beach House. Accommodation arrangements in downtown Kelowna were provided courtesy of Tourism Kelowna.
So I think it's time for another story, but I'm feeling like you should watch it, and
We should get a drink, right?
We are here in studio welcoming Ken Coolin, who is a special events coordinator with Positive Living, and they are the producers of the AIDS Walk. Welcome, Ken. So, big day's coming up. Can you tell us when and where, what's going on?
It is Sunday, September 25th. The new AIDS Walk to Thrive will start at the Roundhouse Community Center in Yaletown. We make our way along the seawall, cut around Lost Lagoon, and end up in Stanley Park at the Malcolm Bowl.
And how many people are we anticipating this year?
We are hoping to get over 1,000 people because of the new concept, which is the AIDS Walk to Thrive. And Thrive is the name of a wellness and music festival, as well as Thrive is the new brand of our AIDS Walk.
So how does the old brand compare to the new brand?
The old brand was the AIDS Walk for Life, and that was because we were trying to make people live longer and help them live longer. People with a new medication are living long and full lives, and so now we find people are thriving with HIV, and as you can see by the moniker, it is HIV within the word thrive, and that's what we're focused on. And so we deal with a lot of people who have secondary issues around the HIV.
So how is this money used?
The money goes towards something we have called the Community Health Fund. The Community Health Fund helps people who have financial challenges, live with low incomes, to be able to resource health and wellness products that they wouldn't normally be able to afford and not covered by the government. Everything from purified water to multivitamins to health supplements to even a gym membership, so that they can go to the gym and continue to thrive while living with HIV.
And where can people register for this walk?
Well, people can register online at the AIDS Walk to Thrive. It's aidswalktothrive.ca, and it's going to be a fun afternoon. As I mentioned, we have a full concert lineup, including acts like Destiny, Queer as Funk, which are both popular acts within the LGBT community, and then some from outside, which Andrew Allen, who is actually a radio play musician, and Olivia, the Pompadours, Alita Dupre. It's going to be an amazing afternoon.
Wow, and when does that all begin?
It starts at 1 o'clock, so people can join us for the walk, and the walk is free. Join us at the Roundhouse and do the walk, end up at Malcolm Ball. If you want to come into the concert, we ask that you raise $150, which is not a lot, or you can just buy a ticket for $30, and $20 of that is a tax-deductible receipt.
Wow, that sounds great. So, if you want to join the AIDS Walk, please check out that website and come see the big party. It's going to be a great time. Thanks again, Ken.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the Okanagan.
Oh, is it for Pride? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Pride.
We're in Colona, British Columbia for Okanagan Pride 2016, and we're at a stylish new venue right downtown that's gay owned and operated called Wine and Art. Let's go check it out. Good evening, Wilbur. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Angus. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's been 3 years, I think, since we saw you last time.
Oh, time marches on, doesn't it?
It does, really. What we wanted to talk to you today about was your brand new venue here in downtown Kelowna. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, yes, this is pretty exciting. So this is called Wine and Art, and it's a wine bar, piano bar, and we do art gallery here as well. So you can see behind me there's lots of local art. We have several artists who come in and teach here. We have classes every Thursday night, and Friday and Saturday nights live music. And so it's a pretty happening place with lots of activities for visitors and locals.
You also, I understand, had some of the Pride events here. Is that correct?
Yes, we did. It was really exciting. We did 2 events. We did Paint with Pride. So we had 22 people come in and paint canvases facilitated by a local artist. And they each painted what Pride meant to them. And we put that on the wall into a mural. And it's up for Pride Week, so people can come in and see it. And then we also had the Pride launch party on Saturday night, and we had a full house and live music, and it was a really great party.
Now, is there anything else Pride-related happening this weekend?
Just basically people coming in their own. We are going to be at the festival tomorrow. We have a booth in the festival, and then we'll be back here, and we have live music again tomorrow night.
Tonight, is that correct?
Yes, we have percussion, piano, vocal, and Spanish guitar tonight, so it's going to be fun.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us and showing us your new venue, and we wish you all the best. And so, happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Thank you.
And now it's time for the Daily Extra.
It's in Vancouver with Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin Perel, and I'm the editorial director of dailyextra.com, Canada's queer news source. Here are some of the stories we've been following in the last few weeks. Overcast skies gave way to sunny days on July 31st as people flocked to see Justin Trudeau make history as Canada's first sitting Prime Minister to walk in the Vancouver Pride Parade. Trudeau brought his wife and 3 children, and together they led a sizable marching contingent as the Prime Minister pushed his youngest child in a stroller along the parade route. The parade also included tributes to each of the 49 people killed in the Orlando nightclub shooting in June. It also saw a sprinkling of support for Black Lives Matter, whose members had opted not to participate after sending an open letter to the Pride Society and the police department, urging the Pride Society to foster a more genuinely inclusive event and urging police to voluntarily withdraw from the parade. As a concession, the police left their armored vehicle at home this year, but still marched in the parade, though some members marched in blue t-shirts with the police crest emblazoned on a rainbow heart rather than in uniform. And transit police still brought their road safety bus. For all our Pride Parade coverage, and to watch our live video of the whole parade, hosted by the wonderful Isolde and Baron in Peach Cobbla, go to the video section of our Daily Extra Facebook page. In other Pride news from Vancouver, the Dyke March saw a higher than usual turnout this year, stretching at least 2 or 3 blocks longer than usual. Many participants attribute the higher turnout to Black Lives Matter, who led the march up Commercial Drive, and to the many women who turned out to support them. Black Lives Matter expressed appreciation for the Dyke March organizers and their invitation to lead this year's march. In their open letter, they said Dyke March organizers reached out to them with compassion and dignity after the shooting in Orlando, which mainly targeted queer people of color, and the Black Lives Matter sit-in at Toronto's Pride Parade. Meanwhile, an alliance of queer people of color hosted their own Pride March the day after the Pride Parade. Organizer Imtiaz Popat said, "A lot of people didn't feel comfortable being in the parade yesterday, and so we wanted to have another space for people to be. It's not an alternative, it's an addition to part of the Pride weekend." About 200 people made their way through Chinatown and then along Main Street to end at Crab Park for a healing circle. For more on these stories and to watch our live coverage of this year's Dyke March, go to our Daily Extra Facebook page. In other Vancouver news, and after years in the making, Jim Diva Plaza officially opened in the heart of the gay village on July 28th, just in time for Pride. The plaza is named in memory of the late Jim Diva, who was a mentor to generations of queer Canadians and a champion of free speech, sexual freedom, and celebrating our community stories without shame. Diva's partner of 42 years, Bruce Smith, who co-owned Little Sisters Bookstore with him, helped cut the ribbon to open the new plaza. Diva and Smith opened Vancouver's first gay bookstore in 1983 and almost immediately found themselves embroiled in controversy as Canada Customs repeatedly seized their shipments of gay and lesbian books and magazines, leaving their shelves bare. The couple fought back and took Canada Customs to court. Today, a giant megaphone now sits in the plaza, encouraging others to speak their mind and stand their ground. Inside the megaphone, an engraving welcomes people to a safe space where LGBTQ people and allies can meet, share ideas freely, dare to dream, and love unapologetically. For more on the plaza and the legacy of Jim Diva, and to watch our live video of the plaza's opening ceremony, go to our Daily Extra Facebook page. And for much more local, national, and international news, go to dailyextra.com and follow our Facebook and Twitter feeds. This is Robin Perel from Daily Extra in Vancouver for Outlook TV.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
I'm going to have to take a little bit of a nap, I think. Let's get in.
Trip planning for Outlook TV's Kelowna visit was provided by gayvan.com Travel Marketing. Accommodation and hospitality for the Outlook TV crew were provided by the newly renovated Prestige Beach House. Accommodation arrangements in downtown Kelowna were provided courtesy of Tourism Kelowna.
Up next, we've got your story, JP. Why don't you tell us about it while I ogle the cookies?
Yes, up next is my TV segment, Bear It All, as part of the community producers.
Look at the five audio I use.
Yeah.
You can see the range.
I always do those colors.
Yeah, of course.
We're at the Shaw Studio in Vancouver to meet with one of our Outlook TV volunteers and host of Bear It All. Let's go and find out what it's all about.
2, 1,
So we're back for the big reveal. Let me see. Voila! There you go.
I originally became a makeup artist because I had an interest in art.
and I worked as an engineer for a very long time. But I realized that I really wasn't suited for an office job, that I was like a flower that needed to blossom. Yes. An interview-based makeup show, so it's informative. It has a great following online, and also you get to learn some makeup tips, but get to meet great, genuine people.
Where did the idea for this show come from?
I was walking home one night to Kits in the rain, and I was thinking, how do I incorporate my reporting experience with Outlook and also my love of makeup artistry? And it just dawned on me. I created this show in my mind. I was a meek sort of a person. I wasn't very outspoken. I didn't have a lot of confidence. But reporting and being part of the community television and Outlook, I gained a confidence, I gained an inner strength, I found my voice, and I just have flourished ever since joining the Outlook team. What you do is you use 2 shades of lipstick. One is a darker shade and one is a much lighter shade. In my case, I know in my own heart that where I am now is nowhere where I was before. And that's all through perseverance, personal development, but also being part of the gay community and embracing that part of me and not believing what people are saying is negative. To find out more information and to watch the show and for airing dates and times, you can check it all out on my Facebook page. You can also follow me on Instagram and you can follow me on Twitter. So today what we did was we done a soft bronze all the way around, a soft contour, nothing too severe. We focused on the eyes, a nice sharp black line, no way.
Woo! Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And right now we're going to Okanagan Pride.
Yay!
So there's a number of things that I do. One is I sign a proclamation for the week, for our Pride Week, which I think is really important. I hosted something called the Sugar Plum Ball. And if you're not familiar with what the Sugar Plum Ball is 2 years ago the City of Colona and City Council made the right decision to paint some rainbow crosswalks in our community. And there were some people in the community who didn't appreciate that. And so in some online forums, one of the posters anonymously started calling me Mayor Sugar Plum, thinking that this was insulting me. And I actually thought it was kind of funny. And so our Pride organization came to me and said, hey, you know what, this Mayor Sugar Plum thing, let's have some fun with it. And I was like, absolutely, let's. And so what we did is we decided to do something called the Sugar Plum Ball. And we held our first ever. Thus the persona of Mayor Sugar Plum was born. I dressed in drag, as well as some other of my friends in the young professionals community, and it was a huge hit.
Okay, guys, this is number 6. Her name is Taryn. The dog's name is Stevie.
We're here with Kaylee today at the Pooches on Parade. Can you tell me what brought you down today?
The contest. Yeah.
The contest. So is there a big prize at the end?
Yeah, $200 gift certificate to Tailblazers.
We decided to make one of our dogs a rainbow unicorn, the other one looked like a clown.
Believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Well, I think the trans movement in Kelowna is really moving forward. I've seen a lot more trans booths, for instance, this year at the Pride event. We're doing the Trans Equality Now campaign, which is basically asking for equal rights under the Human Rights Act of Canada, the Criminal Code of Canada, and the Human Rights Code of BC. So we have the latter. Spencer Chandra Herbert's legislation finally went through after 5 years of pushing, and we're now looking at federal change. So that's C-16 coming from Jody Wilson-Raybould, and we're trying to have that passed without any amendments this time around.
We just help people out, give them information and everything, you know, be friendly with them and try to make them feel good and happy, and yeah.
When there's no Pride happening in Kelowna, the gay community is very hidden here, and it's you can't really see anybody, or you can't, they just don't come out. The gays don't come out to play as much, so being here actually allows me to get to see how many of my brothers and sisters are actually here, and how much support we actually have, even through the straight community as well.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this, our second Pride edition.
If you want to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or even if you want to volunteer with us, we are amazing. Please come along.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm John Paul Payne.
Stay fabulous, Canada.